When you think of football, one name instantly comes to mind: Brazil. A country where kids grow up with a ball at their feet, dreaming of becoming the next Pelé, Zico, or Neymar. A country that has brought unparalleled flair, magic, and artistry to the sport. But beyond the dazzling stepovers and samba celebrations lies an untold story. A story of struggle, mismanagement, and missed opportunities. This is the shocking truth about Brazilian football that nobody is noticing. Why is a nation that once ruled the football world struggling to keep pace with Europe? What's really happening to Brazil's football identity? And most importantly, what does the future hold for the Seleção? Let's uncover the truth. Brazil's name is synonymous with football greatness. 5 World Cup trophies, a legacy of players who shaped the sport, and moments that have left fans breathless. From Pelé's dominance in the 1950s and 60s to the unstoppable brilliance of Ronaldo in the early 2000s, Brazil seemed untouchable. But beneath the surface, the cracks were already forming. Let's talk about the numbers. Since 2002, Brazil has failed to even reach the World Cup final. Their performances in the Copa America have been inconsistent, and their dominance on the global stage has waned. Sure, they've had iconic moments, but when was the last time Brazil was feared like it used to be? Part of the problem lies in the myth itself. The assumption that Brazil will always dominate because they're Brazil. But football has changed. It's faster, more tactical, and more demanding than ever. Has Brazil kept up, or are they still chasing ghosts from the past? Let's address the elephant in the room: corruption. It's an issue that has haunted Brazilian football for decades. The Brazilian Football Confederation, or CBF, has long been riddled with scandals. Instead of focusing on the sport's growth, many officials have been caught prioritizing personal gain over the nation's footballing future. In 2015, the arrest of José Maria Maran, a former CBF president, sent shockwaves through the football world. Accused of receiving millions in bribes, Maran's case was just the tip of the iceberg. Investigations revealed a network of corruption that siphoned funds meant for grassroots development. The victims, the players, the clubs, and the fans. While European nations like Germany invested heavily in youth systems and analytics, Brazil's infrastructure stagnated. Talent wasn't the issue, mismanagement was. Without proper investment in training facilities, coaching education, and local leagues, Brazil fell behind. Corruption didn't just steal money, it stole the future of Brazilian football. Brazil is known for producing world-class players. From Neymar to Vinicius Jr., the talent pipeline has never dried up. But here's the catch. Most of Brazil's stars leave for Europe at an early age. Why? Because that's where the money is. That's where the competition is. And that's where they believe they can truly grow. But this exodus comes at a cost. Players who leave Brazil too early often miss out on developing their skills in their home country, where they could hone their unique style and flair. Meanwhile, the domestic leagues suffer. Once vibrant and competitive, leagues like the Brasileirão are now seen as stepping stones rather than destinations. And there's another problem. When these players return to represent Brazil, they've adapted to a European style of play. While this has its benefits, it also dilutes the traditional Brazilian identity, an identity that once defined football itself. Brazil's struggles aren't just off the pitch, they're tactical as well. Modern football demands innovation, adaptability, and a blend of strategy with skill. While European nations like France and Spain have revolutionized their approaches, Brazil often appears stuck in the past. Take the 2018 World Cup, for example. While teams like Belgium and Croatia showcased tactical flexibility, Brazil relied heavily on individual brilliance. Neymar dazzled, but football is a team game. Without cohesive strategies, even the most talented players can fall short. Coaching is another issue. Brazil's domestic coaches often lack exposure to European leagues where the tactical evolution is happening. The result? A gap between Brazil's raw talent and the demands of modern football. But all is not lost. Brazil's future is far from bleak. Recent years have seen the emergence of young stars who could redefine the Seleção's future. Players like Endrick and João Gomes represent a new generation of talent, one that combines traditional Brazilian flair with the discipline and adaptability needed in today's game. There are also efforts to reform the CBF and invest in grassroots development. From improving facilities to modernizing coaching methods, Brazil is taking steps in the right direction. But change takes time, and the question remains: can Brazil adapt quickly enough to reclaim its throne? Brazil's footballing soul was forged on its streets. Legends like Zico and Garrincha found their magic in the chaos of street games, where anything could be a goalpost and creativity was born out of necessity. But today, urbanization and safety concerns have all but erased this culture. Without these unstructured games, the raw artistry that once defined Brazilian football risks being lost. This isn't just about losing a pastime, it's about losing the birthplace of Brazil's football genius. Can Brazil find a way to preserve this magic? The streets may be silent, but the spirit doesn't have to die. Brazilian players have taken over Europe's grandest stages. The technical discipline, financial backing, and rigorous tactical training found in European leagues have refined their skills. Players like Neymar and Vinicius Jr. are global icons, but has this come at a cost? Adapting to structured systems means sacrificing some of the unpredictability that made Brazil the powerhouse it once was. European clubs value efficiency over entertainment. Have we traded samba for spreadsheets? But there's hope. A blend of Brazil's street artistry and Europe's discipline could redefine football as we know it. Brazilian fans are among the most passionate in the world. When the Seleção plays, the entire country comes alive. But this passion is a double-edged sword. The immense expectations of the fans have at times crushed the national team. Moments of failure have been met with anger, even threats. For a country so deeply tied to its football, the stakes are higher than ever. Yet this passion also holds the power to reignite Brazil's glory. With unity and faith, fans could be the fuel for a brighter future. In a country synonymous with football greatness, it's shocking how little attention women's football receives. Despite producing icons like Marta, arguably the greatest player in women's football, Brazil's investment in the women's game is staggeringly low. Imagine the possibilities if Brazil channeled even a fraction of its resources into its women's teams. The potential is immense, but the support is lacking. Could women's football be the key to Brazil's resurgence? If given the chance, it could become a global powerhouse. Brazilian football stands at a crossroads. The world knows its potential, but realizing it requires change. Transparency in governance is non-negotiable. Corruption must give way to accountability. Reclaiming street football while embracing tactical discipline could bring back the glory days. This isn't about choosing between the old and the new. It's about finding harmony between them. The journey ahead is challenging, but Brazil has always been a nation of dreamers. The ball is in their court. Will they seize the moment? The story of Brazilian football is still being written. It's a tale of unmatched glory, heartbreaking defeats, and untapped potential. Will Brazil rise again? Can they overcome the challenges of corruption, tactical stagnation, and talent drain? The answer lies in the heart of every Brazilian player, coach, and fan. If you believe in the magic of Brazilian football, let us know in the comments. What do you think needs to change? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the stories that shape the beautiful game. Together, let's keep the spirit of football alive.